How do you mute this? Good afternoon, chat. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to an afternoon of football brought to you by BGZ, The Sporting Voice. I'm Donikada, I'm the host. I'm joined today by Pixel and Cryptic, who are following some of the other games at 2 o'clock today. I'll introduce them in a second. My eyes are going to be on the big battle between Villa and Bournemouth today, two exciting teams. Really excited for this game, as I see both teams walking out now. Over to Cryptic. Cryptic, who you got your eyes on?
Watching Newcastle Brentford. See if Newcastle can keep up this or get a little bit of form going, but Brentford aren't going to be an easy team to overcome, so we'll see what happens.
Pixel, who are you keeping an eye
on? Just keeping a general eye on everything. To be fair to you, I'm going to keep a close eye to the Nottingham Forest Leeds game. But just a quick overview of everything generally.
So we've got 4 games kicking off now in the Premier League at 2 o'clock, and then there'll be games kicking off in Scotland at 3 o'clock. We will also be live bringing coverage from the Liverpool Man City game and the Celtic Kilmarnock game. They kick off slightly later on. Just bringing some team news now from Villa. Had a little brief look before we were live. Villa team looking insanely strong. The ever-present Emi Martinez in goal. Colossal. Backline very unchanged for Villa over the last 2 seasons. Matty Cash, Ezra Konza, Pau Torres and Lucas Digne. Midfield, John McGinn comes back in, rested slightly midweek. So John McGinn's back in, Kamara, Onana in the middle, Powerhouse and Buendia. And then Morgan Rogers and Ollie Watkins back in the starting 11. So Villa very set up strong as per usual with some good attacking forcing. They're going to need it, to be honest, because Bournemouth, a team who's impressed me a lot this year. So we get a look at the Bournemouth team now. Standout player for Bournemouth is obviously Semenyo. I don't think he'll be a Bournemouth player come January. As we look through Areola's team here. Petrovic in goal. It's probably the one position Bournemouth could strengthen in, but we've got Smith, Milosevic, Senesi and Trufa at the back line. We'll get onto their back line in a minute, Bournemouth, and why I've been so impressed with them this year. Tyler Adams and Alex Scott, phenomenal strength in the midfield. Alex Scott getting an England call up this week, so big week for him. Marcus Tavernier, Justin Cliver, and the man to watch, Semenyo off the left wing, with Evan Nielsen up top. So goals in the Bournemouth team. What do you guys think of them initial lineups there for the Villa and Bournemouth game?
Going to be a very close match game, I think. A lot of goals potentially, but they could even cancel each other out.
Let us know, chat, what you think about the star players to watch here. Definitely Semenyo for Bournemouth, and then obviously Ollie Watkins and Rodgers for Villa is my picks. But let me know if there's anybody else you think is worth keeping an eye on as we get into the Remembrance Sunday moments before the matches. Were you seeing anything particular with the Newcastle lineups, Cryptic?
I'm just looking through them here. I mean, nothing too crazy that stands out to me. I mean, I don't know how much Kieran Trippier's played this season. I can't really say I've followed Newcastle quite heavily, but he's always one good player to have in the team, starting 11 regardless. And Nick Pope's back in. I know there's been a lot of I've been reading a lot of stuff online about Newcastle and Nick Pope and the fans not being happy with his performances, and they would prefer one of the other goalkeepers to take, maybe, come in like Aaron Ramsdale. But yeah, he's kept his spot, so we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, an interesting one to keep an eye on, see if it's something that might backfire in the match, maybe a potential talking point. We don't want you to get involved today, chat, in terms of what you think the scorelines are going to be. We've got some interesting games today, some really good matchups. I haven't even spoke about the fact that Leeds are going to be going to Nottingham Forest, a massive, like a colossal tie in English football. Leeds with not a great record at the City Ground. So one that Pixel will keep an eye on and bring us up to date with the scorelines there.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the lineups now. Leeds are very unchanged from the rest of the season. Forest pretty much the same as they have been in their previous games as well. So I'm expecting a good show from Nottingham Forest here, to be fair. Leeds haven't really got off to the best start, returning back to the Premier.
Yeah,
Dyche will be craving for a win against Leeds in that game to start Forest in their build back up.
What's your guys' opinions on the thing going around it? Newcastle's going a bit stale under Eddie Howe, and maybe it's time they need a bit of a change.
Yeah, it was a talking point the other night, I think, in regards to will they look to make a decision to go a little bit further. Is he hit his ceiling in terms of what he's capable of as a manager? Did he need to bring someone else in? But it's an interesting one, because you could upset the apple cart and change your manager, and then it ends up worse. So would you go for stability?
Just having a look at the Newcastle lineup compared to the last game. I mean, it looks like obviously Gordon's injured, isn't he? So Gordon's out. Same midfield. I mean, Newcastle for me have got one of the best midfields in the Premier League with Damares, Tonali and Joelinton. I do think they work very well with each other. I do think they've got one of the best midfields in the Premier League. And obviously Kieran Trippier comes back in at right back, so it'll be interesting to see how that has. I'm very surprised at Schär not starting. I don't know what that's about, but
yeah, I agree. Schär's been ever present in the Newcastle backline for a long time. Maybe change with kick-off underway here around England now at 2 o'clock. 4 big games underway. I expect this Villa-Bournemouth game to be a proper battle. There's pace, power all over the pitch.
What's your guys' thoughts on the Baltimore? I mean,
I think he's been a good signing.
He wasn't Newcastle's first choice, or their second choice in that matter. But they've got him in, and let's be real, he's pulled his weight. He's not been a hindrance whatsoever. So
he was coming off the back of a good under-21 World Cup with Germany, and I think Bayern Munich really tried to get him, but were outpriced. And Newcastle knew when they were going in for him, they were going to have to spend big. It's a lot of money for a young guy who's very raw, but he scored goals. both of these teams, I mean, Villa are historically a massive English club. Bournemouth, more of a modern day phenomenon in English football, coming out from the lower leagues and building right up, and have been ever present in the Premier League for the last 10 years now. But one of the touching points I was going to bring to you guys is, what do you make of Bournemouth's season so far, being so strong in the top 4 at the moment, barely losing a game, and yet in the summer they sold 3 of their back 4 for over £40 million per player?
They just seem like a well-balanced team. I mean, 5th place, selling some of their best players. Yeah, they've obviously brought players in, but they've got some good young talent. I mean, Marcus Tavernier, the goal he scored the other week there was unbelievable. And then they just seem to always have these players that are just willing to put in the graft. And that's what you're going to get from Bournemouth, is players that are just going to put in the graft and play for the shirt.
Both managed by 2 real quality managers as well. Emery's one of the best in Europe, and Areola's obviously up and coming, but he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I do.
It's the press as well. They've adopted a high press style as well, to not allow teams to take time. Bournemouth, see, a couple of seasons ago, will allow you to have the ball and allow you to play at them. Now they don't do that. Areola's kind of told them, go win the ball. If you lose it, go win it fast. They're kind of in teams' faces a lot more now, and it's benefiting them.
Yeah, I do feel like, if you look at the Premier League table right now after 11 games still, I do feel it's very deceiving. I do feel like there's
an early save from Remy Martinez, but we have a severe collision right outside the box here as 2 Bournemouth players have collided big time. It looks really horrible.
I think the main thing with Bournemouth going in this season, like, they've had a good start. After 10 games, they're sat quite high in the tables. Whether or not they can maintain that intensity going forward for the rest of the season.
This looks like a really unfortunate collision as 2 players just both locked towards the ball, don't really see each other coming, and they've cleaned each other out. Both of them look responsive at the moment, but it's just early. Both of them look okay. There's a lot of players around them.
Nice really early shot from Forrest. This is a big save from the Leeds goalkeeper there. Just finds a bit of space in behind the midfield. Takes on the back line, shapes to shoot. I think that's the number 10 for Forrest there. Yeah, it takes on the back line, finds a little space to shoot, and it's saved at the bottom corner by the Leeds goalkeeper.
Good early start from Forrest then. I think Dyche had a good team talk saying to him here about the history of that game and making sure that they defend their sort of stadium rights. I don't think Leeds want to
keep giving Gibbs White that space to pick his spot.
So, bit of a long break here at the moment as the medical staff just check on the 2 Bournemouth players to make sure they're okay. It was quite an unfortunate heavy collision between the 2 of them. Ended up in a shot, and Emi Martinez makes the saving close.
Anderson doing great work for Forest down on the defensive side as well. Sean Dyche proper got them drilled at the minute.
Yeah, by all accounts, when Baidan was covering the game in Europe in the week on the show, he was saying that they looked organised. They just maybe were too organised and not expressive enough to get themselves in front.
Yeah. There's a Leeds player down in a minute. I think he's got a flailing arm. There's not much in it. I'm watching the replay now. There's not much in it. It's just a flailing arm on the turn there.
A little bit more worrying signs as there's more medical staff here on the pitch and a stretcher involved. Might just be precaution. We hope all the players are safe, but it was a nasty one. Not quite sure why the cameras are fully covering the whole of the medical journey here, but
do we know what players were involved?
I think Adam Smith is one of the players. I'm just struggling to see who the second player was, but it was an unfortunate collision as the ball's just spun to the edge of the box. There wasn't any Aston Villa players really near it, and then the 2 of them have just collided really heavy. Both players are sat up now, being well looked after by the medical staff, it looks, at this moment. So hopefully both are going to be okay. With the new laws in place with head knocks, you don't know if they'll be carrying on. They'll be going through all the checks and precautions to make sure they are both okay to carry on, but it was a nasty one. First reaction was concern for the players. So it's going to be a long delay at the start of the game, end of the first half here for the delay, but we always have the players' safety in mind. How are we looking in the Newcastle game? How's it started?
A bit 50-50. Newcastle have had a couple of early opportunities, nothing too crazy. Good defending by Brentford. Brentford have currently got Newcastle pinned back right now. All Newcastle 11 about 30 yards off the edge of their box. But Brentford are one of these teams that do enjoy keeping the ball and do pass it around. The problem is I think sometimes it can be very pedestrian and a bit slow. And against the Newcastle team, especially with the experience they have in their midfield, they've got to speed that ball up a little bit quicker to try and break them lines.
Both players back to their feet now. It was Tyler Adams and Smith. I'm not sure what's going to happen here because both players surely need to leave the field of play, but one of them's still on. Yeah, there's a bit of confusion here, but I think Adams is still a little bit bewildered and he's asking, should I be on the pitch, should I be off the pitch? Both of them have to be off the pitch. They're having to make a change.
I do feel...
I think Smith's got a bit of a cut and I don't think he's going to be allowed to continue, but Adams is on the pitch. Looks like he's carrying on.
I do feel like with this head knock rule, concussion rule, if players have had to get lengthy treatment like that, they should be forced into a substitution. They shouldn't be allowed to continue.
I think there is going to be one change. I think Adam Smith might not be able to continue, but the play is back underway. Yeah, Tyler Adams, the one player able to carry on in the game, but it looks like Smith will be coming off. Yeah, looks like his game's over and hope everything's okay. I do think he suffered a bit of a sort of open wound, if you like.
Yeah, I suppose it's the new. I guess it's a benefit of the new rule with the concussion substitution, so it won't impact, how many subs they can make in the game because they'll get basically a free sub because it's been a concussion sub. So.
Yeah, always worth bringing to attention that is something that's in place for teams now that they can use. It doesn't affect the main 5 that can be used.
Obviously, you got to remember as well within that rule, if a player is brought off using a concussion substitution, he has to sit out for a game as well. So he probably, if it is a concussion sub, he won't be in attendance for the next fixture.
Watching as the game's a bit stop-start now as again the way Villa have got a quick break here. The ball is on the right. It's going to be Matty Cash. He's going to get a shot. Keeper was out close to the edge of the box there, Petrovic. But he manages to jump and he managed to get it. I don't think Cash could quite lift it. First, I'll tell you what, does he get back in it? Yeah, he's just back inside his box.
Just a quick update. I know we're covering Premier League at the minute, but there's a couple of games in La Liga, or one game going on in La Liga right now. 50 minutes in, Athletic Club are 1-0 up against Real Alvaro, I think they are. So just a quick update there if anybody's interested in La Liga.
Yeah, a bit of a stop-start to this game. Both teams not really got the chance to settle, but the ball's with Petrovic now in the box here for Bournemouth as they look to get the game back underway. Both teams are very rigid in a 4-2-3-1 sort of formation. Oh. Let us know what you think, chat. Are we all happy with how the safety of the game is going? One player allowed to continue there, one player having to come off. Medical staff seemed like they were in full control of their job. Both players look safe at the moment. Let us know who you think will take the sort of top spots. Both of these sort of teams have been vying in and around the European spots into last 2 seasons. So will Bournemouth be in there? Will Villa be in there? Forest close last year for the Champo.
Forest again looking very defensively strong in this first 10 minutes. Leeds struggling to break them down. Forest just very defensively strong, well drilled.
Emi Martinez loves to really take the game away from teams just by staying on the ball for as long as possible. Don't see many goalkeepers who actually just are happy to stay with the ball at their feet. Tyler Adams carrying on in the game and flying about. Villa have a chance from the edge here. Great shot. What a save by Petrovic. He gets Yuri. Just trying to see who it was with the shot there because it broke for Rodgers. Oh, it's a great save from Petrovic. How are we looking in momentum in the Newcastle and Forest games?
Newcastle are starting to get a good foothold on the ball. Brentford are finding it very hard to get the ball off Newcastle when they start to play around. I say it time and time again. I think in recent years, Tonali is definitely one of the best signings in the Premier League. He's so good on the ball and just pings that ball around. He just does whatever he wants. But Newcastle again, now they've got Brentford pinned into Brentford's own half. Crossing from the left-hand side is a good clearance.
Just watching a transition here as Bournemouth defend 2 corners really well and now pile forward. It's defended well. Oh, and they've gave away the cheapest of corners.
Leeds a bit under the cosh here. Forest doing well here. Gibbs White got the ball. He finds the ball in and it's out for a corner. Not in Forest corner with 11 minutes played.
Aston Villa doing so well to stop the counter-attack from Bournemouth. And as they get the ball into the corner flag and look to clear it away, they look to pass it, and they pass it off the pitch, close to his own byline.
1 second.
And it's what a save by the Leeds goalkeeper. Corner comes into the box. It's headed out, but it falls down to a Nottingham Forest player who takes a shot. The initial first save from the keeper was good, but it pops back up to him, and he's managed to keep it out the goal again. Beautiful first save from him.
Was that an early? Repeat that again for his Pixel.
There was an early chance for Forest there. The ball comes into the box from a corner. It's headed out by a Leeds player, but it falls to the edge of the box for a Nottingham Forest player. It takes the shot, and it takes a little deflection in and almost gets off the keeper. 1 second. Leeds are on a break here. He slips the ball into number 14 for Leeds. He takes the shot, and Leeds are 1-0 up against the break of play. Ndoye scored for Leeds to put them 1-0 up.
Leeds winning at the City ground, a shock early start. That's going to get the fans up and very annoyed there. Sean Dyche with all to do.
After a great save down the other end by the Leeds goalkeeper, a crucial save. Leeds go take the ball, go up the pitch and get a goal. Beautiful play from them.
Don't know what's happened here, happened during my bio break, but Joelinton's down on the floor and the state of his leg is... He's definitely been studied somewhere along the lines, but his leg is in a mess.
Finished by Ndoye in this game. Absolutely beautiful finish.
This Villa Bournemouth game now, chat, I don't know how you're seeing it, but this feels like a top of the table clash. Both teams have so much quality that you are looking at a mistake or an excellent bit of play to create a goal, as Morgan Rodgers is trying to ride off the left back there, but to no avail. And both teams always looking to play football. Both teams always looking to press. It's a high quality game, proper chess match.
Ooh. Yeah, I just saw that goal in the Leeds game. That is a beautiful finish, that is.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful strike. Sean Dykes will be and they're on another little break straight from kickoff here. Forest doing well to get back and cover it. Sean Dykes won't be happy with the defending from the first goal, but I'm pretty sure they'll tighten it up and not allow a mistake like that again.
Cons are struggling badly with Evan Nielsen here as he kind of just noises him up and robs him of the ball after a long ball. And the referee heavily involved here at the moment. Every player proper up for it. Tyler Adams looking really okay after the head knock, running around having a great conversation with the ref here. Villa back in on the attack now. They're on the edge of the box, putting a few passes together. Balls back wide. Bournemouth defend well and clear their ranks.
And it's a goal. Forest have equalised.
It's all happening at
Nice
the City
early
ground.
goal. Ibrahim has come into the box.
Oh, big save.
The ball is being played from wide across the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's palmed it out back to the centre of the box, and Ibrahim's just come in, slotted it past the goalkeeper to make it 1-1.
So we're all level in the Forest game. All happening there.
Big
Response from Forest. Absolute great response.
Go on,
Big
Cryptic, talk us through the
save
save.
from Pope there. It's a free kick from just outside the box on the left-hand side. It's whipped in, misses everyone. It's going in the far post. Pope has to get down quickly to get a big hand to it, and then there's an absolute scramble in the Newcastle box for about 30 seconds where everyone's just trying to get the ball into the goal, and somehow Newcastle just get it clear.
Both teams not really settled here in this Villa Bournemouth game in terms of like getting any sort of control. It's just all battling everywhere. Be more stoppages and play for tackles than anything else. Villa playing good football. Defended well. As I said, chat, we will be bringing you reaction from the kickoffs at 3 o'clock. I believe Cryptic's going to have his eyes on his beloved Rangers, so he'll be bringing updates from that as well as the Newcastle game. We've also got Aberdeen at home to Motherwell. Can Aberdeen carry on the league form they have been showing? Hearts at home to Dundee United. Can Hearts maintain any sort of gap at the top with Celtic at home to Killie? Celtic obviously got big games after the return from international break, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, just a quick update on the game that it's going on in the Premier League that we haven't really covered much. The Crystal Palace Brighton, it's still 0-0, 20 minutes in. Seems a bit of a 50-50 game, so we'll keep a close eye on that one as well.
The stream is just going to be ending for technical issues, guys. Hopefully be back with you soon.